Manchester United got the job done against Fulham at Old Trafford 3-2. Puts us into the top four. 5 points on Villa, who lost as well. These are going to be your five biggest takeaways. The things that we learned. We'll be talking things from Carrick, Cunha, Casemiro, all the talking points from the game. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is Michael Carrick ball is fully in motion. Like this performance against Fulham probably was, I would say, our worst of the three, but we still found a way to get the job done. I think the first half was very dominant, and in the second half it was more difficult. We had to stick in, we had to fight, we had to defend. And Carrick's done that. And the way in which he has this team playing, the patterns of play, the freedom in which the team is playing in, the composure, the confidence, it is insane because under Amorim we looked a bit lethargic, deflated. There was not much intensity in games. And you look at the games in which Carrick's come into, City, Arsenal and Fulham, three very difficult games in themselves. And we know Fulham are a very, very good team. I think some of the decisions that he made today paid off. Listen, I thought Sesko was unfortunate to be on the bench, but he comes on, scores the winning goal. You look at his decision to kind of keep the back four, because I know a lot of people were saying start Masraoui, and I thought Dallo had a very good game. Ahmad as well was very good. Starting Cunha on the left gets a goal. Like Casemiro midfield, his decisions have been very, very well. And I think the one thing that we're seeing is patterns of play, but we're also seeing confidence, which is, again, confidence is very, very key when you're trying to play football matches and you're trying to win football matches. And top four definitely does seem a priority. And Carrick is doing a very good job at the moment. I put himself in that firing line to potentially get the permanent manager basis. Now, listen, I'm not going to get carried away. He's still 14 games left. But if he keeps going on this trajectory, I wouldn't be surprised if he does get the job. But yeah, Carrick ball today was very good. I think we dominated the possession. We looked confident as a team. There were nice kind of bits to play from players like Mainu, no-look passes from Casemiro. It was just that sort of typical United performance. I mean, we haven't seen that recently. We've seen in the last two games. Fulham had more possession in the game, but in that first half, and especially in that second half. So they did have a lot of the possession, but it was a lot sideways. They couldn't really get through United because that 4-4-2 shape was very compact. Now the second thing, Casemiro. Let's talk about him because this guy has been fantastic. His performance against City, Arsenal, and today against Fulham, unbelievable. Like a proper leader mentality, and the goal that he scored was brilliant. I think, but I don't know what was better, the pass or the goal really, because that pass, no look into the weight of it was fantastic. But again, listen, I think his know-how in midfield is going to be very difficult to replace, as well as his experience, his mentality, his composure, his passing, his aerial ability. He's going to be a very difficult player to replace, but he needs to keep up these performances. He's fully committed. He's a leader, and I think he's someone in that midfield, especially with Kobe, who's more he's putting the yards in more. I would say he covered the most ground in the last two games against City and Arsenal. And yeah, I think Casemiro has been brilliant and brilliant servant to the club. And the way that he's playing so far is like, do you keep him another year? I don't think you should. But listen, if he keeps playing, you never know what can happen. But Casemiro today was brilliant. Now another player who deserves his flowers for me is Benjamin Sesko, a player who's had struggles at United, was left on the bench in the last two games after having a good game against Burnley. But he showed that fight, he showed the resilience to come on and score the goal. He should have scored with his first touch. It was a great header. And again, you look at the involvements that he's had this season. I think that's now 5 goals for him this season. It was a great finish as well. Looked like he took it away from goal, but he just put it into that top corner, which was brilliant. He looks composed in front of goal. He looks confident. And again, as I said, he very easily could have been frustrated and down tools from not being in the starting 11. But to come on against Arsenal, got an assist. Got the winning goal today at the Stretford end, which is brilliant. And yeah, I think that's what needs to be said about Sesko, really. A very good performance, capped off with a win. I think he's deserved it. There has been tough moments. And he gives a very good dilemma going into the next game for Carrick. Who starts in that front three, because Cunha's doing a very good job, scored against Fulham. And Burma's been on great form, scored against City and Arsenal. Probably didn't have the greatest game against Fulham. Obviously, Ahmad was a threat in that Fulham game and has been all season. And then you have Sesko, who's, again, been very underrated this season. So, yeah, it's a good option for Sesko. I think he's done a very, very good job this season. And for a 22-year-old to come into the league, I think he's got, 6 goal contributions this season, 5 goals, 1 assist. So again, not bad. Now the next thing, Bruno Fernandes, just equally going under the radar, not doing too much, just gets a little assist. Gets a little 2 assists, takes him up to 9 assists. No, sorry, 12 assists for the season. Needs 9 left in 14 games to get the most in the league. It's a dominant performance. When you see Bruno in the midfield three, that's when you get the best out of Bruno. What Amorim was getting to do was dropping too deep, and he couldn't influence the play. He creates the most chances. He got the most assists in the league. I think it's only now Erling Haaland that has more goal contributions than him, which is brilliant. And yet he has missed a few games with injury. So, listen, Bruno for me is my favourite United player. He's been criticised a lot, but his performance against Fulham was good. He pressed well. He was aggressive. He won a lot of aerial duels. He was winning free kicks. And yeah, I think Bruno just a class. I mean, on that second goal, or the winning goal, sorry, for Sesko, United's third goal, he was absolutely brilliant. That dummy around Calvin Bassey, and then to put a cross into the box like that is fantastic. And we can't afford to lose Bruno and Casemiro in the same season. I think Bruno's been too influential on this team. And as I said, I think he's only 1 assist now for being the third ever player for Manchester United to get 100 goals and 100 assists. And he would have done it in just over 300 games, I believe. So, listen, this guy is a football genius. His performances this season have been great. And today, I think he was brilliant. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the winning mentality from the team. Because, listen, you look at the game against Arsenal, 2-2, equalise. You thought United are going to down tools here. No, we come back and get the win. You look against Fulham, United, 2-1. Kevin scores a goldie. You're thinking, you're shitting yourself here, like what is going to go on? But no, United get the job done, get the 3 points. That mentality from the team, and I think that comes from obviously Carrick instilling confidence, but ultimately the winning mentality from the players on the pitch wanting to do it, that hunger, that desire, which we haven't seen in recent times. The amount of late winners that we've had, has been great, especially in the Carrick. The Cunha one was quite late on. I don't know if it was in the 90th minute, but I know it was late on in the game. The one against Fulham was in the 94th minute, I believe. So, listen, it's been brilliant to see. It's been very refreshing, and I'm very, very happy with what Carrick is doing with this team, if I'm being honest. They've been your 5 biggest takeaways. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A lot of positives to take from the game. Sesko, so happy for him. Cunha had a good performance. Bruno, another 2 assists. Defensively as a team, very good. Le Mans, again, he's someone I can talk about. As yes, he conceded to, but as a team and as his individual performance was very solid. Who else? Shaw, Martinez, like a lot, all the players did well. Dallo under the radar. So yeah, listen, I'm very happy with the performances, and we continue. We have to keep it up because Spurs next week is gonna be very, very tough. But let me know your thoughts. Peace.